Here we are for another edition of On the Move with Dr. Beth, talking today about salt, sugar, and fat. I'm going to get on my high horse again about salt. It's a vital mineral for our body. Celtic sea salt, as you know, is my favorite. Our hearts won't work without salt, so our bodies need salt just in the right form. So again, the Celtic sea salt. One problem is when we consume or eat ultra-processed food, there is usually a lot of sodium or salt in that food, usually in the form of MSG or monosodium glutamate, which is a neurotoxin. But also salt makes us retain water, it increases our blood pressure, it messes with our mineral balance, it makes us bloated. And so we just want to be careful with the sodium content in food. When you look at labels in the grocery store, I encourage you to do that. When you look at that sodium number, you don't want any more milligrams of sodium than there are calories per serving of whatever it is you're buying. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Iodized salt. So I don't want to try to give any brand names here, but iodized salt in general, it is ultra purified. So it's actually bleached. So iodine is a brown or red liquid, right? So when you put that on the salt crystals, it's going to make it brown or red, right? But they bleach it, and that's why it's white. So number one, they bleach that salt, and number two, they add dextrose to it. That's what I'm going to say about salt. Second thing is sugar. A lot of times sugar is in the form of high fructose corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup is highly concentrated and super soluble. And the other thing is fat. We need fats, healthy fats. It makes our brain work. It makes our cells work. Actually, each cell is covered with a phospholipid, made of a phospholipid membrane or layer. So we constantly need to be incorporating healthy fats into our diet. So that's in the form of omega-3s. So avocado oil, olive oil, what's the third one? Coconut oil, other healthy fats, salmon, walnuts. I mentioned avocados. We want to avoid the seed oils. So things like peanut oil and corn oil and soybean oil and canola oil. We want to keep those out of our diets because it can be really, really highly processed and genetically modified most of the time. So just a word about salt, sugar, and fat.